I wanted to give everybody an update on my cancer journey. I made a pretty big decision last week and I kind of want to share it with everybody. But before I do, I know there's a lot of new people that are watching these videos, so I kind of want to put in perspective where we stand right now. It's been 4 years and 8 months since my cancer diagnosis. It was colon cancer and it spread throughout the body. Tons of chemo, tons of surgeries. The last surgery that I had was brain tumor surgery, and that was about 8 months ago. I had CT scans done last August. I'm going to get some more CT scans done in a week or so when Lisa and I travel back up to the Mayo Clinic. But as of August, the brain tumor was 7 by 5 centimeters. Pretty happy with that size. It reduced in size dramatically and probably will continue to shrink. As far as lungs are concerned, I had that lower lobectomy done on the right lung, but also had a tumor on the upper part of the right lung. It was, I want to say, 7 by 3 millimeters. Continues to shrink. On the left side of the lung, we had a cluster of tumors that we were watching. The biggest one being 4 millimeters, continues to shrink. So doing well there. Since last November, I've been doing chemotherapy. I've been doing maintenance chemotherapy, which consists of 5-FU chemo drug. I've been taking that drug for years with not much side effects from it. But recently, now that I'm just taking that 5-FU, now I have this thing called hand-foot syndrome. I'm not going to go into all the details on that, but just it sucks. Hate it. You can look it up, hand-foot syndrome. Also causing some issues in the back of my throat. Have a sore throat pretty much every other week. So the change, the big announcement. I'm done with chemotherapy. I'm going against doctor's orders, but I'm done. And I've told a couple people this here recently, face to face, and they kind of give me that look like, man, you're being dumb. This is going to kill you. What do you mean you're going against your doctor's orders? But let me tell you why. It doesn't feel right to continue to poison your body every 2 weeks for the rest of your life. I think it makes far more sense to try to be as healthy as you possibly can and have your immunity system fight it for you. I think that's going to give me a better chance. The doctors have already told me that, this maintenance chemo is not to cure the cancer. It's not to get rid of the cancer. It is just to try to prolong my life. They know that cancer's floating around and they just don't want it to go back to the brain again. But Lisa and I have made some drastic lifestyle changes a few months ago. The diet was absolutely huge. Get rid of the sugar, get rid of the carbs. I mean, I've lost like 30 pounds in the last 2 or 3 months and continue to lose. We take a lot of supplements to try to boost our immunity. I feel like I'm the healthiest I've been in a long time, except when I'm dealing with the side effects from that chemotherapy. I think I've got a great chance of fighting this thing on my own. So that's where we're at. Now, will that change? I don't know. Maybe. I know next week, whenever I talk to my oncologist at the Mayo Clinic, he's going to be completely against it. We've been in discussions about doing a clinical trial up there in Minnesota, beginning in late March, in April, somewhere in that time frame. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I think I'm going to go with my gut. I think it's important to go with your gut. That's what we're going to do. Now, for all of you that maybe just got recently diagnosed, this is not saying don't do the chemo. I've been through my fair share of chemo. Typically, for a person with cancer, usually go through 12 rounds of chemotherapy treatment. I've been through 41, so I've done it for a long time, and I'm sure I've damaged my body greatly by doing this 41 times. It's time for my body to take care of itself, so that's where we're at. So, right after we get back from Mayo Clinic, we're going to be doing some interesting things. I think we're going to try to do that Fenben, maybe some ivermectin. Definitely going to do some fasting. Fasting is probably going to be huge. I'll probably document the 72-hour fast that I'll be doing because I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. And the next part, kind of embarrassed to talk about it, but I'm interested in looking into some of that hippie stuff. Too embarrassed to talk about is specifically what I'm looking at, but if any of you people are hippies, and I know some of you are, let me know. Give me some ideas. All right, that's all I have for now. Thanks, guys.